vice minister and the minister of health, actually they're pharmacists, and they think everything should be, pharmaceutical. So they're trying to make CBD a narcotic.
What?
Correct.
What? Right.
But not THC.
Not THC.
Well,
Well,
THC is a narcotic, obviously.
Okay, so
That's-
CBD, they're trying to elevate
But
it.
they're gonna-
Okay. Here at Vida Unshackled, our producer is very happy because we award an award last night for the best podcast. I'm here with Max
Max Uhouse from Dope SEO.
from Dope SEO, and we are pleased to be joined by Claudia, right?
Yes.
Claudia,
Right.
are you from Italy?
Yes, I am.
That's fantastic. See, we bring you an actual person from Italy.
To talk about Italy.
Yeah, see what it is? Not an outsider, not a consultant, not a lawyer. We actually got, are you Italian?
Yes, I am.
We have an Italian, which I love. I watch a lot of Roman history stuff.
Yes.
Technically, you're probably related to a lot of people from the, whatever, doesn't matter. Anyways,
maybe.
so what are you doing here at MJ BizCon?
So actually, I come to MJ BizCon like every year. I'm based in Los Angeles, so I've been in America for many, many years. Went to school here. I've been working in investment banking. I've been in Wall Street all my life. I currently, the past 10 years, I run a boutique investment bank based in Los Angeles. We make investments in different industries, okay? So not only cannabis, like oil and gas, healthcare, technology, consumer products. And then back in 2015, being based in Los Angeles was normal to start looking at cannabis deals. So we started representing cannabis companies, every vertical, starting domestically, US, Canada, and then going into emerging countries. So in the last few years, I really focused on market opportunities, business opportunities, legalization in different countries, from Mexico, South Africa, Australia. It's very, very interesting to really understand how this commodity, is developing. And there's a staggering difference, right, between North American market and the rest of the world.
State by state, country by country.
Correct.
That's why we do this show.
Exactly. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons. Well, people can learn a little bit about how the market exists in different jurisdictions, Italy, for example,
Correct.
and then where it might go. But keep going.
Exactly. So, and then I started zooming into Europe. Of course, everybody's focused on Germany, a little bit UK, Switzerland, opportunities in the Netherlands. Then, came out this opportunity in Italy, which is also my country, but I saw this opportunity because it is actually a big potential market, just like France. So France and Italy turn out being the biggest potential markets in Europe, bigger than Germany. Germany is the most developed, country in terms of legalization and the licensing. And then I saw a lot of inefficiencies, and it's really at the beginning of the market opportunity. So let's say that Italy is like 4 years behind Germany, and we all know where it is at this point, Germany in terms of their legalization. They're already set up for the medical, obviously. There's many, many brands. There's many, many licenses. The whole medical market has shifted gears and is following the procedure that Germany wants, which is dictating kind of the import and commercialization of medical cannabis in Europe. So Italy, I came into Italy with the news of everything started with the news of the government tender license for cultivation.
Okay.
Which among us knowledgeable about the industry, we know cultivation is never, lately it's not really the main, opportunity, but Italy was a very interesting market. So let's give some numbers. So we know California more or less is a $6 billion market per year,
Right.
well realized, of course, with the black market, competing. While Germany is potentially $8-10 billion market a year, while Italy and France, 10-13 billion, in terms of like the overall market, looking at the black market. Then if you zoom into the medical space, and I'm talking about pharma, it's around like about 5-6 billion, per year. So let's look at it. It was a standard opportunity. It's an interesting opportunity because Italy is a closed market. So it's very much government controlled. The government does not allow private import of medical cannabis.
Right.
It got legalized back in 2013.
2013, Italy did its first medical cannabis program.
Correct. And the government gave the license to the military.
Yeah, I heard that. I read that in the media.
Whoa.
Saw that. I wasn't going to bring that up, but it seemed kind of weird.
Very weird,
You
right?
can't trust what.
Whoa.
well, you
Can't trust.
You can't trust the media.
Whoa.
Can't trust the media. So I didn't know what was really going on. But tell us what happened there.
Yeah, so it's called in Italian the Stabilimento Chimico Farmaceutico Militare, so it's like the pharmaceutical
That was so hard.
military department, right? Which is under the Ministry of Defense. So it's based in Florence, okay? And they were given this license back then, and the government spent quite some money. They have a nice GMP facility. They started the whole construction in 2014. They started producing in 2017.
Have you seen this facility?
Not
Or
really.
do you have to pass a military checkpoint until you
Exactly.
Can the public?
Wow.
Is it open to the public in any capacity?
I think sometimes it is. Like
Yeah.
you could.
We should go see it.
Yeah, well, let's go.
Let's
Let's
be
go.
fun.
Yes.
Okay, so the
well, I
government-
did go into the facility, not the facility, but the building, to apply, right? So I applied for the tender. I was one of the applicants,
Okay.
right? That's how I actually got into the whole, story. And then I realized that there's a lot of opportunities in Italy in terms of investing in companies. 43 companies applied between some pharma companies and agricultural companies. So this tender is still going on, but they already selected, shortlisted, these 5 potential winners. Okay, there's going to
To
be
cultivate.
5 licenses. Exactly.
To cultivate. What about processing? And this is medical. What about processing, creating products, and then distribution, and of course retail?
Exactly. So everything has to be set up yet. So in terms of processing, extraction is really not allowed yet. So no licenses have been given for psychoactive extraction. They did give 2 licenses for non-psychoactive extraction medical. They gave it to
Okay.
like 2 pharma chemical big companies, which they're doing it, but it's like the 0 point something % of their revenue, right?
Wow.
So let's say that extraction is really not allowed commercially, privately. Only compounding pharmacies can do it one-on-one, with their patients. So it's not a commercial, volume. Italy is actually a very pharma-focused country. There's many pharmaceutical companies. There's many pharmacies. 60 million people with 20,000 pharmacies, 2,000 compounding pharmacies. So we're talking about the compounding pharmacies here, right? Mm-hmm. So APIs, palliative care. So you got these pharmacies plus the hospitals in 20 regions. They do, use cannabis. Actually, the good news is that any doctor can prescribe cannabis. You don't need a special license. Of
Okay.
course, we need to educate more and more doctors. Same problem we have everywhere. And also, the healthcare system covers 13 pathologies in Italy. So
Is it like qualifying conditions?
yeah,
Okay.
qualified
Yeah.
conditions. So that's not bad. And it's a very regulated market. It scares people from outside because also, the politics in Italy,
Right.
it changes all the time. Now we have a new government
Right.
that came in last year. It's a conservative government run by a woman.
Isn't healthcare socialized in Italy?
Correct.
Does that mean medication is as well
Yes.
paid for? So that
Yeah.
means that Italy will be paying for the people.
To have
Correct.
Cannabis?
To
Yeah,
use
so
cannabis,
to
yeah.
go into specifics.
So I could,
so
if
this,
I'm a patient, move
Yeah.
to Italy and
yeah,
If your doctor prescribes it, the government
Right.
will pay
pays for
your
it.
cannabis.
Really?
Yeah.
right.
I like that.
So basically, in Italy, so we're starting like very limited amount of products. We're talking about the flower, and we're talking about some extracts, okay?
Okay.
Maybe some isolate.
Okay.
So we're not talking about vapes. We're not
Right,
talking
right,
about
right. You're not talking about
distillate
gummies and
or
everything.
gummies.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, we're far from
Okay.
there. So the government wants to really keep this industry very much regulated in pharma
Right.
space. But on one hand, I think it's really giving opportunities to investors and entrepreneur not to follow the U.S. model, unfortunately.
Which
but
U.S.
to-
model?
Yeah, which
Exactly.
state model,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't follow the
Canada.
Don't need to follow
Yeah.
the U.S. Not unless we're going to war. Then, then follow us.
I don't know about that either.
Policy,
these days.
policy,
Yeah, I know, right?
policy regulation. We don't have that mastered
No.
yet. But the reason you won't follow us is because we have the best military. You want to be on the side of the winners. So.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Correct.
Yeah.
Regardless of what we do, we're going to win.
Yes.
But we certainly have screwed cannabis up. That's for
Oh
sure.
boy.
I mean, just state by state, it's an absolute mess. I mean, I'm not sure that this Italian system is any better because personally, I'm a free market economist.
Yeah.
And I'm a big believer in free market and liberty in all capacities for many reasons. But it is interesting, and it does create, as you said, unique investment opportunities.
Correct. So there's all these loopholes, like no extraction, and therefore there's a company that saw the opportunity of importing. That's what we want to do: import something that what is actually needed, requested by the pharmacies and the hospitals. That is
Right.
not, we don't have the opportunity of doing in terms of quantities. Now the demand is going up, right? We don't know
The
exactly
demand for medical.
Demand for medical. The demand at this point could be anything from 3-5 tons to 20 tons. There's
Tons.
60,000 registered patients now
The entire country.
in the entire country.
And population-ability again
60
is
million people.
60.
Whoa, so that's like a 0.0 whatever percent. Then is that just education, just adoption, or?
No, they're like, these are patients that already registered
Okay,
and
yeah.
are using it. They know about cannabis, but there's more than that.
Okay.
Probably. Like my mother became a patient
All right.
last year, so I don't know if she's
Yeah.
into the 60,000. And then think about it. Germany is slightly bigger, country in terms of numbers, but also, they're growing. The number is
Right.
that one. I mean, think that UK has like 33,000 registered patients, right? So, but also because in some other countries there's opportunity of, the black market, or maybe there is a very strong CBD market over the counter.
Right.
Like, UK has a better CBD market. While in Italy now there's other issues, right? Where, yes, there's the CBD market, yes, there's the CBD shops. You really get to sell there like the flower as an ornament, or CBD oil as a topical. Okay,
Right.
I mean people use it, for.
I love how you rolled your eyes when you said that too. That was great. Really
Because
adds a
because
top-
we know, right? Everybody said,
missed that.
I sell it for this, but I buy it for the other
Yeah.
reason. But there's no like edibles and all these other stories. So now the CBD stores have been receiving a lot of bad. Political attention, and that's really what is pushing investors away from Italy, like being scared, because since the 2017 politicians have been against CBD, and now they're coming back, and there's a new bill, okay, that they decided to issue in August and try to implement, in September, making everything pharma. So you gotta understand the government is conservative, but they're very positive on the pharma side. The vice minister and the minister of health, actually, they're pharmacists. And they think everything should be, pharmaceutical. So they're trying to make CBD a narcotic.
What?
Correct.
What? Right.
but not THC.
Not THC.
Well,
Well,
THC is a narcotic, obviously.
Okay, so
That's-
CBD, they're trying to elevate
but
it.
they're gonna.
Okay.
So question, I have to, and I'm sorry I have to
Got
ask
it.
this, but like,
Sure.
so the military is in charge of the THC marijuana grow.
Correct.
Who can grow hemp and CBD? Is it only the military as well, or are?
Good question.
Okay.
No, everybody can actually.
I'm smart sometimes.
No, that's I should clarify this. So
She's being
everybody
nice.
can actually cultivate.
You're a
hemp.
good interviewee.
You're
Thank
amazing,
you.
by the way.
Yes,
Thank you so
no.
much. Like, you're so knowledgeable. This is great because,
Yes.
like, I'm firing off like 15 different questions, and I'm like, how do we keep this running on the same stream?
Yeah, I know. Plus, you validated him. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
he's
you
like,
made
he's
me
like,
smart.
good question.
Good question.
Good
Like, that was
question,
good. I like to
yes.
have. I have one good question every
Yes.
day. You're the good question.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
All my other
appreciate it.
questions today are going to be
Thank
dumb.
you.
So
You must either have lots of children or lots of patience. I don't know.
Thank you.
Good question.
good question.
No, but go on.
Okay,
Go on.
because so
Sorry.
anybody can cultivate hemp.
Yes, farmers actually.
Right
and
now.
hemp comes out really good in Italy. I mean, like the land of wine.
Right, right.
So,
I figured
like
the
Sonoma,
soil
Napa
quality is
Valley,
amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They have very good genetics for fiber, like this genetic called Carmagnola. Everybody loves it. They
Okay.
come from Canada, they come from everywhere. This is for industrial hemp, right? For the fiber.
So what happens if the hemp grows hot though? Because that happens. You know, because I've done some work with the University of like Texas A&M, and Texas A&M is, Texas is not illegal. I mean, there's a medical thing, but they've got like 50 grows across where they're growing hemp. About a third or 2/3 of the hemp crops are growing hot, like they're germinating and becoming THC.
Oh, really?
How do they keep that from happening?
That's what he
in
means
Italy?
by hot.
Yeah, they pop hot. You know what I mean? Like it's supposed to be
In
like
Italy,
this is just CBD.
In Italy, they say caliente.
Well, it's
How do you
supposed
say
to be. Yeah, they're supposed to be like 0.5, 0.6
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
max.
How do you
Yeah.
say hot in Italian?
Caldo.
Caldo. Okay,
Caldo,
so
there
yeah,
you go.
so they
Use the
become
right
the
language.
caldo. Yeah, so you
Hemp
have
caldo.
you have hemp CBD genetics that are being planted, but because of the heat or the land or the soil or whatever, they end up becoming they grow.
Larissa.
They become THC.
Correct.
So,
They get higher values of THC.
Yeah.
Yes, and that has happened. Absolutely.
does the farmer get in trouble
No.
or?
Well, I mean, when you're dealing with the stem, the fiber, no, but yeah, for the leaves and the flower it can be problematic. Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Wow.
So that's why the flower that ends up, at the stores, it's technically it's for ornament reasons, not for smoking.
Oh,
Right.
like decoration?
So
you-
now we'll see if this bill, is
Yeah.
going to be blocked or not. If it's going to be blocked, then we go back to normal. If it's not, then everything is pharmaceutical. So basically, these 5 licenses, together with the military, are going to produce all the flower, like the cannabis flower and the CBD. Basically everything has to be pharma.
So that's incredible, and it's perfect that you came on our show.
Yeah.
Because you're a licensing expert, you're a regulatory expert, you're a system expert, and that's fantastic. That's what our people need.
Yeah.
So anyone that watches the show that wants to learn and be involved in Italy should call you.
Absolutely,
and
yes.
talk to you, whether they're an investor or a company, a brand looking to migrate over to Italy. One day you're going to be able to help share as these nuances change, as it goes decriminalized and it goes adult use and everything changes. You're going to be tracking all of this, correct?
Correct. So we're already decriminalized. We're already like medical legal. So the next step would be, of course, maybe the licenses for extraction, which
Whoa.
might come, plus, what about even distribution? So think about it, this flour has to be, so basically only the military produces. They only produce 250 kilograms per year. They have not, unfortunately, done a great job, although receiving a lot of money from the government. That's the purpose of this tender. So how did they survive so far? They launched this, they usually launch this import tenders where Aurora won it, Little Green Pharma won it, but they're like little quantities. And then there's Bedrock, okay?
Is the military drafting like cannabis cultivators into the? Because I feel like if the military is growing, don't you need like somebody experienced growing cannabis to grow good cannabis? So like,
Yeah, where they
are,
get
you-
their-
are
where
you
they get
actively?
cultivators from?
Is the military actively recruiting cannabis growers?
Correct,
Into
yes.
the military,
Yes.
like come join the army and be a cannabis grower.
Yeah.
Is there a campaign
you
for that?
believe it?
But that's what it sounds like to me. Because it's otherwise, I'm just thinking like military engineers.
I'm
Or
going.
like, hey, you guys are going to learn how to farm. You know what I mean? Like, I know you guys said you're infantry, but you're going to go to the.
Well, there is a truth here. So
Okay.
a past history here, okay? So the military has been producing medicinal
Okay.
plants, medicinal treatments. For some reason, they have this lab for many, many years prior. So that's why the government said, it's a narcotic. We don't trust it. It's the evil.
Yeah.
Let's give it to the military because, they can control it. By the way, they have experience on medicinal plants.
We could do 2 hours
We really
conversation about
could.
Italy. And so I want to invite you back to do another, because we have to go through all these people today. But I think people quite
I'm mind blown
honestly know
right
at this point that you're an Italian expert. I'm so
Thank
excited
you.
to talk. I want to get involved
You
in
should.
Italy now.
There's a lot of opportunities now. Distribution, import,
Yes.
products,
But that-
knowledge,
and-
training,
And so we're going to do a deeper dive in.
telemedicine.
We're going to do a deeper dive into Italy. You've established yourself with our audience as
Seriously.
the most knowledgeable person about Italy that I've ever met.
Seriously.
Well, how do people get in touch with you?
Well, you can email me or call me.
Email you at.
Yes. All right. So my firm is Black Legend Capital.
Okay.
So it's Claudia at blacklegendcapital.com.
Okay.
Well, we thank you for being here, and I'm going to see if we can squeeze you into our European things later on today if you have more time, because we have a whole bunch of different countries. But I think having you with different individuals, different countries, will create a better show. So I'm going to talk to our producer about that.
That's
and
great.
then we're going to get through our next guest. And man, it's fantastic, Claudia, to meet
thank
you.
you
Thank
so
you
much.
so
Thank you.
much.
Appreciate it. That was amazing.
Meet
Thank
you
you.
guys.
It's been another episode of Meat Unshackled.
Award-winning Meat Unshackled.